I feel like I'd tase him in front of the girl. And I feel like I'd tase him for like, you know, you could die at like 4 seconds. I think I'd do it for like 3, like wait for his like maybe brain to get a little fried.
Wait, you can die? Can someone in the Ketenci household please take away this taser?
Welcome back to Drinks After Work, guys. We missed you. It's Shannen and Abby. We've returned.
You just threw me for a loop because that's not our OG intro.
It's okay.
Welcome back to Drinks After Work. If you're new here, follow us on social media. It's at @drinksafterwork_ on Instagram and at @drinksafterwork __ on TikTok. If you're a girl living in the Boston area and you're looking to make new girlfriends and also looking for new places to get a drink after work, follow us. I'm saying follow us, but it's not. Join our Facebook group. It's private. It's for the Boston Baddies only. The link is in our bio to join, or just search Drinks After Work Boston Baddies on Facebook. We have some super exciting stuff coming up. We have an event in the works, so keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we put a poll up on Facebook asking you guys what type of event you were looking for. So your votes are being taken into consideration currently. We are feeling fruity and light and fluffy and delicious today, and a little twirly. We were like, Abby and I were texting all day, and she was like, "Are you kind of giddy to record?" And I was like, "Yes." Like, I'm so excited because I feel like whenever we take a week off, which I feel like doesn't happen that often, I miss it so much. I know, and I start having like FOMO. Like for other people that are recording.
Yeah, podcasts. Literally every time I see a Big Night Media podcast drop, I'm like, oh, I miss the studio. Yeah, I miss Peter.
And I feel like it's been like months. I'm like, the last episode we put out, like I feel like it's literally like been months.
I know.
But it's only been 2 weeks.
We missed you guys. We hope you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend.
LDW.
Yeah. You were in Charlotte. You were on a trip.
Yeah, I had a fun Labor Day weekend. So my friend who just moved to Charlotte, I actually flew down to visit her just to, I guess, kind of like break her into her new apartment. I don't know. Like,
break her in.
Well, she doesn't have any furniture. So it was like 4 of us like sleeping basically like on the floor. But it's okay.
What a good friend you are.
It was so fun. We had like an absolute blast down there.
It looked fun.
It was fun. A few of the nights we did go to some bars where it was like definitely mostly college kids. I didn't love that. I don't love being hit on by 21-year-olds, but it's okay. We're persevering. Also, weird observation. Did I just say
you sound like me now.
You've gone out in Charlotte before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed that every boy has the same shirt?
Was it like a floral print?
No, it's like, okay, so it's like
Is it stripes or polka dots?
Yes, stripes. Yeah. Striped, like very thin stripes, like white and blue or like white and red, thin stripes. And it's like a freaking like t-shirt. But what are those things called when they have like the buttons?
Button down?
Yeah, but like the t-shirt ones. I don't know. It's just like, it's just not good. It's like the classic, I feel like, frat douchebag look. I asked my friends about it. I was like, why is everyone wearing the same shirt? We were at a bar and literally it was like every other guy had one on. And I asked my friend Kyle, I was like, why? And he was like, I think it's a frat thing. And I was like, well, that makes sense because they definitely look like a classic.
And guys call us basic.
Yeah, they were very basic.
Are Southern boys basic?
I think they might be.
Ooh, hot
I'm
take,
sorry if any of my guy friends down south are listening to this. I don't think you guys are basic. I just think that every other Southern boy is.
You're being nice.
I don't think that, like, I mean, I'm not single, but I don't think I could date a Southern boy. I just don't think it would work. I don't think he'd like me.
Too nice.
Yeah, but I also just don't think he'd like me any more than I liked him.
Yeah, I think I need like a northerner, like tough guy, like mass hole, you know.
I need someone that can drink iced coffee in the winter. You know? Like I can't date someone that's like, oh, I need some sweet tea. I'm like, oh, go screw yourself with your sweet tea.
Shove it up your what.
Shove it up your ass. Anyways.
Whoa, family friendly podcast. All right, so speaking of trips, we just booked a trip to Scottsdale, Arizona.
We're so happy. I'm on cloud 9.
Did you know that it's going to be my first?
You're going to say it. Say it.
My first time on the West Coast. What do you think I was going to say?
Wait, it's not the West Coast.
I don't know. It's a 3-hour time difference.
True. Yeah, it's close enough. It's not the furthest west you're gonna have gone. Going to have gone.
Correct.
Oh,
correct.
Okay, I'm so excited because we were like floating around a bunch of ideas for New Year's, and some of our friends are going to Tulum, and we decided to opt out because it was just like too much, like a lot of like planning and stuff. Yeah. But I feel like I've never been to Arizona, and I feel like people always go, and I'm like, that looks so fun.
Yeah, I guess Scottsdale is like a poppin' place to go out.
Parties.
I know. Unfortunately, I don't think we can afford the pool parties.
Yeah, I feel like you have to pick like a nightclub or a pool party.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna be hitting up the clubs. But so if you're from the area, or if you're gonna go for New Year's Eve, hit us up with recommendations on restaurants, bars. We're going ATVing, which I'm really excited about.
I'm so pumped. Like, there's literally like 15 of us, and we're all getting like a little small army of ATVs, and we're just gonna like tool around Scottsdale. And I really want to go sand surfing, but Michael told me the nearest place you can go is like 3 hours away, and there's a part of me that's like, maybe I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and just like go.
I would go.
I want to surf down a sand dune. Like, I don't care if I have to go to Abu Dhabi to do it, or the Sahara Desert, or Arizona, but like it's one of those like life goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A piece of me thinks I kind of only want to do it just for the pic,
for like really cool pics, like a motion picture. But maybe I'm wearing like a really flowy like scarf, and like I'm picturing like Carrie Bradshaw like in the second Sex and the City movie. Mm-hmm. But.
Oh, God. Well, so what else is new in our world? Football Sundays are back.
Oh, thank God, baby. I've been waiting all year.
Much.
Oh, my gosh.
We were just counting down the days.
I was counting down the seconds. I was like, when is the first football game?
Literally this Sunday, Mr. Man and I, we went for a nice long walk to Sephora. I'm not kidding. It was an hour-long walk. It was horrible. But he was like, we need to be back by 4 p.m. because the Patriots are playing. And I was like, oh, my. How long is football season?
The football season?
Yeah.
It's like it's 17 weeks.
But then the Patriots always go to like the playoffs, and then there's the Super Bowl.
So what
January.
What month will I not have to plan my weekends around the games?
January.
January.
Super Bowl is usually in February.
Ugh. This is so inconvenient. The only thing that's making it...
We should move down to Miami, where like they have the Dolphins who never make it to the Super Bowl.
I mean, you can still root for them from here, but that would be frowned upon. Our dear friend Peter, our producer, decided to make a fantasy football league among all the Big Night podcasts. How is that going, Peter?
He decided to include us.
Not great at all.
Why is it not going great?
I believe you were beating me by twice my score.
Oh, what? Do you hear that? 153.26 to 74.24.
Don't say the points. Oh my God. I literally want to end this episode.
No, it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Peter is regretting his decisions, but it's okay. You know, it's still early on. You won. You I don't know if you know that, but you won this week.
I don't know.
You were up against Marky P from the Marky P show, and you won.
Did I win?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, like the whole thing. Do I get something?
No, it's only week one.
Just week one. Yeah, but do I get like a little like...
No.
Okay.
Right, Peter?
Correct.
Okay, so this is really embarrassing. We were like putting together, so I was putting together my team. I was the last one to join.
Peter made an exception for you and literally pushed back the start time.
No, but like it was so awkward because when like you don't want to do something. So basically all of the Big Night podcasts, all the producers, everyone, we were like in this group chat, and they were talking about fantasy, and I was like, yeah, like seems great, like probably not gonna join. And then I like made it pretty clear, I'm like, Abby, I'm not doing that. Like,
I begged you.
Abby's like, please make a team. I was like, no. Like I genuinely don't watch, like I won't watch it with Michael. Like I will put on an episode of Sex and the City while he watches football. Like I'm pretty bad. So anyways, we're like, they were making the teams, and there was like the countdown, and I was like, oh my gosh, like because Peter was like, the deadline's 4 p.m. like to put your team together, and I was like, oh shucks, like at 4:05, I was like, oh shucks, just saw this, looks like I won't be able to participate. And Peter was like, oh my gosh, no worries, like I'll push back the deadline an hour, now you can do it. So I was like, fuck, now I have to do it. So Michael put together my team, and it was asking for like a team name. And I guess a lot of people will do something like a playoff words, like the Gronk, whatever, like the Brady Bunch. I didn't know that, so I made my team name The Louisiana long whiskers.
I don't even know what that is.
And like Michael's like friend was like talking to us about the draft, and he was like, "What's wrong with her?" He was like, "That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard." I was like, I thought everyone would do like the Seattle like I don't know, satires, like I don't know, like something fun.
Why Louisiana?
Because I wanted long whiskers, and I wanted it to be like the Louisiana
LL.
like long whisker, like a little.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we'll let you guys know how our season goes.
Yeah.
Michael's done all of it for me, and he's like, "Hey Shannon, you won," and I was like, "Cool, babe, thank you." I don't know the login, but
I don't know. Yeah, you probably don't even have the app downloaded onto your phone, do you?
I don't know.
I didn't think so.
I might.
Well, speaking of Big Night Media, we have an imposter.
Impasta.
Yeah, we have an imposter. If you guys don't follow Big Night Media on Instagram, you should already, because you can get exclusive behind the scenes content for all of the Big Night Media podcasts. So that's stuff you're not going to see on our Instagram or in our podcast. You can watch us make a fool of ourselves, and Peter loves to expose all of us on there, but it's great. It's amazing. You can stay up to date on what everyone's doing. But this weekend, someone made a fake Instagram account trying to, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I don't really know the purpose.
That was very strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we had a giveaway for like some Maroon 5 like VIP tickets at Fenway this weekend.
I'll do it.
Maybe they were trying to like mooch off of that.
Oh,
but it was
I kind of
really
wish
wild.
I came up with a fake account to get those tickets. That's kind of smart.
Yeah, but they're trying to like get people to, like, I think they're trying to scam them out of money, low key.
Oh, all right.
So,
well, if you don't want to be scammed, don't follow them.
I reported them. Is it still up and running?
I don't know. I mean, because I had to block them when I reported them, so I can't even like see if they're even there anymore.
Well, I'll check. I've had no
Big Night
contact.
Media was
Yeah.
that one, but
Yeah.
we're just Big Night Media.
I think we're just Big Night Media.
I probably should know.
Anyways, if you want to see us doing stupid shit, go follow Big Night Media with no dot and report the other account.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I don't know why I said guys. All right, Peter and Abby, let's dive into drunk deets.
Okay.
I don't know why you say dive. I feel like when I see drunk deets, I think about swimming.
I don't know what, that's just our thing. We always say dive
into drunk deets. Like, I feel like I'm thinking of myself drunk, like in a kiddie pool, like just swimming in circles. Okay.
I would love to see you swim in circles in a kiddie
We
pool.
also should start doing the segment shit-faced. Like, Nikita Dragon.
We used to, and you know how that.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Okay, so Nikita Dragon is being dragged for venting on her Instagram story about how influencers should be considered and looked at as celebrities. If you don't know who Nikita Dragon is,
she's a makeup artist.
she's a makeup artist. She's known for being transgendered. She's stunning.
Yeah.
Like, her body's amazing. Obviously, she has a boob job, but like,
She
I
used
want
to
her.
date. Didn't she used to fake date Daisy Keach's boyfriend, Michael Yerger or whatever?
I don't know if that was facts or.
I'm pretty
or
sure that was
a
a
rumor.
thing. It might be a rumor. And I don't want to spit rumors here. We only spit facts here sometimes.
No, everything
Anyways.
is always alleged.
No, I thought that was weird. So I don't know why she was saying she thought the influencers should be considered celebrities. Like, she just woke up and was like, I have a thought.
I don't know too much about the backstory, but I just know that she took it to her Instagram story to vent about it, and basically she's just getting shit on for it. I think rightfully so, because I think to consider an influencer a celebrity is preposterous. I think that influencers are not A class, B class, or even C class celebrities.
I have a question. So an influencer is not always a celebrity, but a celebrity is always an influencer?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Honestly, so here's my thing. First off, when people say shit like this, don't they know that people may not react super well? Like, I feel like if you're Nikita Dragon and you're about to go on your Instagram live and say this, like, I feel like there should probably be a part of your head that's like, oh, maybe this wouldn't be well received, like this message right now.
I think
it's like
she's
there
queen of drama.
there are people that are dying, Nikita. And you're on here bitching about the fact, I don't even really get it, but we talked about this. So like,
Yeah.
it made me wonder, like, what is the difference between an influencer and a celebrity? Because some people would be like, oh, well, YouTubers and all of them are influencers. But then I'm like, well, no, because I wouldn't really consider like Logan and Jake Paul and like Mike and all those people, I wouldn't really consider them influencers.
I wouldn't either.
Neither, I wouldn't consider like Alex Cooper an influencer either. Like, I consider them to be like a lower level celebrity. But then like I'd consider like the classic like vloggers and like people like that to be influencers. But I don't know where do you draw the line?
That's a very good question. I really do think it's situational because I don't know. I think if you like really look at a person and you like, when I watch someone's YouTube video, is this purely for entertainment or am I like somehow being influenced? Like when I watch like Jake Paul and Logan Paul, like they're not influencing me to do anything. And
except for to join the Maverick Club.
If you're being influenced by either of the Paul brothers, you need to seek help.
Need help.
But like
y'all need Jesus.
For instance, like Maggie McDonald, we love her. We had her on. I consider her to be an influencer because like I watch her YouTube videos and I'm like, oh my God, she inspires me to want to live a better life. Like
gotcha.
She influences me to buy certain products.
That makes sense.
Obviously, celebrities can influence you to buy stuff.
But celebrities probably shouldn't influence you.
I mean, you don't see Mark Wahlberg going around promoting this and that. Like he's just like a top-notch celebrity to the point where he doesn't need to do that and doesn't care to do that because that's not what he's on this earth for to do.
That's such a good point. I feel like if majority of your job is spent like telling people to like buy products that you're using or
that's
like
how influencers make
like you're
their
literally
money.
Influencing. That's a good point.
Yeah. Like celebrities are like,
if that's your main source of income.
Yeah. Celebrities are like professional athletes, actresses, like
imagine
you
like
could go down the line.
Imagine being like Stephen Curry and you're like swipe up to like buy like this shooting guard or like, hey guys, like 20% off when you use code like Curry.
That would be weird.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I want someone to do that. Like an influencer basketball player. That'd be hilarious. And he has like a YouTube channel and he's like, hey guys, ever wonder how I get my teeth to shine so bright? Like swipe up and use code Curry for 20% off like crest whitening strips.
Oh,
that
you should
would
propose
work.
that. Slide in his DMs.
I should be like, hey, I have an idea that's gonna change your freaking life, dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, well, first off, he's not gonna say anything because he's not gonna read it.
You never know. Okay. So that was an interesting topic, I thought. Something to think about.
Something to just think about, guys.
Yeah.
If you're in the mood to think. Something to think.
Okay, moving on to our girl, Britney Spears. She is finally engaged. I'm so happy for her.
I know.
I hope third time's the charm. Did you know that this is her third marriage?
So, okay, you asked me this last night, and my answer has not changed. I'm kidding. No, so honestly, I knew she was married once. I didn't know she was married twice.
Yeah, I guess Jason Alexander, 2004. And again in 2006 to Kevin Federline. I don't know who either of those people are. But this is her third marriage fiance. His name is Sam. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's 27. She's 39. I just thought that was interesting. But basically fans are telling her to make him sign a prenup, and he obviously clapped back in like a humorous way to be like, don't worry guys, like Britney's not going to go after my like toothbrush. Like,
that's so funny.
You know, he didn't say toothbrush, but I guess it just got me wondering, like, would you make someone sign a prenup?
Okay,
if you were
so
her?
First off, I think that people saying like she should make him sign a prenup, I feel like they're kind of saying like the timing of everything with like Jamie Spears like stepping away, this girl needs to be like careful about her money, which I do get. But I also like, there's a part of me that's like, when it comes to decisions like that, I feel like it's very personal, and like you don't know like what relationship they have, and they've been waiting so long to get married. So it's also like, just let her have her moment. Like she's been through so much.
I agree.
For myself personally, I'm fine with prenups. So here's the thing. Mike always tells me he's gonna make me sign a prenup one day, and it doesn't necessarily bother me because people who don't want to sign prenups, their whole thing is they're like, well, like, what, like, you don't think, like, we're going to work out and, like, you have doubt in the relationship. And I'm like, well, no, but, like, if we do work out, then it wouldn't even
matter.
It would be a moot point. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. The only time this would matter is if we don't work out. So, like, then what's the issue? Like, I feel like if you're really adamant about a guy not wanting to sign a prenup, it's like, well, why? Like, do you, like, is there a part of you deep down that wants to steal his money, or vice versa? Right. Is there a part where you want to steal her money? Like, because the only time a prenup wouldn't work out is literally if you get divorced. So we're having an argument about something that, like, if you really think we're going to work out, this would never be an issue anyway.
Right, just sign the damn prenup.
Exactly. So the only time it would happen is if we got a divorce. So if you're saying that like I'm trying to get it because I think we're getting a divorce, like it could actually work the other way too, which is why I feel like it's such a weird
how the turns tables.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spin it on them.
I think it's more like a financial. So here's what I believe. I think that if you're with someone and you started dating them, like let's say you started dating Mystery Man and he's like a regular guy, maybe he's an accountant, I don't know, and then let's say he falls into like he starts like falling into a large sum of money. Like he makes a ton of money, like with investments, and he's all of a sudden he's like a millionaire, and you guys get married. I could see like you being like, no, like I don't want you signing a prenup. Like I've been with you since the beginning.
Yeah.
However, I think if it's his family money, like I think if he's like a trust fund baby, then he was like, I want you to sign a prenup because it's like my like great grandfather's like estate or something. Mm-hmm. Like it's like, yeah, well, like why would you need a piece of his family's money? Like it's his family's. So I get the prenup with the family shit. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm torn. I'm so torn. I see all of your points, but there's a piece of me that is like, okay, you're with someone for so long. Like, let's say you are with someone for 10 years and then you end up getting a divorce. And like, how is this person supposed to make a living now? Well, the one that's not rich.
That's the whole issue. Like, are you like just giving away your whole life and like quitting your job and just like losing your whole identity because you marry someone that's rich? Like, I think that's kind of an issue too.
That is an issue.
I also think there should be a clause where like if the person that you're with cheated on you, I feel like the prenup should be like not working.
Did you watch, is it called White Lotus on Netflix?
I don't think so.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I think that's what it's called. It's called something. Peter, do you know what I'm talking about?
White Lotus.
God damn it. I never watch shows, but the one show I do watch, I don't remember. Mystery Man and I binge watched it the other day, and it's basically about, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but two of the characters is this asshole guy who's comes from a lot of money, like to the point where like his mom shows up on their honeymoon, like that kind of guy.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, but he's like loaded, like millionaire status. Right. And then this girl, like he wants her to give up her career. And she's like, I don't want to do that. Like I want to like, and the mom's like, the mother-in-law is like, well, you can do charity work. You can do this, you can do that. And she's like, I don't want, like, I want to do what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And like, he just like wasn't okay with it. So it was interesting to see how, obviously this is not a real story. This is a TV show. But I get very invested when I do watch TV.
Me too. I like think I'm there.
I know.
I'm like, this is my life now.
Literally. But yeah, I don't know. So it's just interesting. Like, I feel like it's hard to kind of not rely on all that money.
No, I agree with you. I think it's so situational. Why can I not pronounce words these days?
Oh, how the turntable.
I think it's so situational because I think there's some people who can do it and they're fine, and there's other people who it bothers them, and I guess that's fine too. It's like completely like a personal decision. But
all right, Michael and Shannen are getting a prenup. You heard it here first.
I like to have my finances in order. Who says I don't want a prenup on him too? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, does it go both ways? Is that how that works?
It can, baby.
You
can kind of do it. I think you can.
You can do whatever you want these days.
You can do whatever you want these days. All right. So third drunk deed. I can't talk. I literally don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. Did you drug my drink? We're just drinking polar waters, but did you slip something in? Oh my God. When we went up to the fridge earlier and Abby looks at me and she was like, I just arranged all of the polar waters, all the seltzers. And she was like, if you take one, please take one from the far right column because I just arranged all of them and like, I don't want you to mess up. You did. You're trying to sabotage me.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
It's fine.
Guys, anything I say today cannot be held against me.
I wouldn't even know how to open it and then close it without making
You injected like the side, like there's something.
If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here because I'd be a genius. So
I'd be off going to evil genius school.
Yeah.
Okay, so New York Fashion Week and the Met Gala were this past week. And
what a big week for New York.
As I'm sure you knew because your Instagram feed was probably being flooded by a bunch of annoying people. I'm kidding. I'm just really bitter because I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. But like people wearing cute outfits, people wearing really disturbing outfits. There was a lot happening. I think we wanted to kind of break down some of the Met Gala looks that we saw. Some of the ones that we liked, some of the ones we didn't like, the terrifying ones.
There was a lot of terrifying ones. I would say more than...
What is it about the Met Gala where people want to look scary? Like, why can't you just look cool? Like, hey, we're going to the Met Gala. Maybe I'll wear something that makes me look pretty. Like, no, let me look horrendous.
Yeah.
And I know people are going to come for me and be like, it's art. But like, shut up.
It's not.
You look stupid. You're rich.
Not.
You should be able to look nice.
I completely agree. I want to start off with Megan Fox because I feel like she's been in the news a lot lately just for being Megan Fox, and she's an absolute fox, don't get me wrong. But she wore fake bangs and they just did not look good.
Yeah, I feel like when people do fake bangs, it rarely works. And right after she wore that VMAs outfit, did you see the VMAs outfit she wore where she looked stunning, amazing?
How do you go from that to...
I know, I get it. Like,
it was her first Met.
Really?
Apparently. That's what the article said.
Honestly, though, good for her. Like, I feel like she, like, not to go off on like a weird little Megan Fox rant because I have like a soft spot for her, but I feel like she was dragged for so many years by after everything that happened with Michael Bay and all that shit.
What happened?
Was it Michael Bay?
Or I don't know who that is, but what happened?
Tarantino that did the event, not Avengers, Transformers. Michael Bay. Yeah. Okay, she was in the Transformers movies, and then she like had some sort of like a falling out with Michael Bay, and he basically blacklisted her from Hollywood. That's why he stopped. Like, Megan Fox was so big in the beginning.
Yeah, she was.
And she was in like the Transformers movie. She was in Megan's Body. She was in all of these things. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. She was in everything. Yeah. And all of a sudden she like, disappears for 10 years. It's because Michael Bay, the douchebag, like basically blacklisted her from everything.
Oh, they had, we need to cancel him immediately.
They had some sort of like a disagreement or something, and he also tried to like expose, like just basically exploit her because she was like sexy and like pretty, and he just tried to like exploit her as just basically being like a hot piece of ass. She was actually a very smart person, and she started to like, I think, speak out against him, and he blacklisted her like from all of the movies that are being produced, which is why you didn't see her for so many years. So all of a sudden now that she's like with MGK, she's like kind of getting back in the spotlight. I think she's gonna start making movies again. I'm happy for her because I'm like, why the hell did, like, I just hate when that happens. And I do think it's cool that like these days, like people do fight back against that, and directors can't just like call all the shots. But anyways, that was a weird little tangent.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
Kim K. We have to talk about Kimberly.
Is she okay?
I'm very concerned for our girl Kimberly. She's looking very scary lately.
Even if you didn't watch the Met Gala, everyone has seen her outfit. All black, very spooky, covered her face. Why?
Is she able to walk? She had like leather over her face. I was like, how are you walking around? And then she went to the Met Gala, and there was a person who was also completely covered. Like, you couldn't see their face. You couldn't see like any part of their body. And everyone thought it was Kanye, right?
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of people that were like, oh my gosh, did she like secretly bring Kanye as her date? And then I think it actually came out later that it wasn't, and that it was like one of her friends. But I feel like she kind of like wanted people to think it was Kanye.
Probably. You want to know who else wore an all black outfit that was very strange?
Who?
Rihanna. And it looked, honestly, I saw the picture of Rihanna and I wanted to just go up to her and like just nestle up into her because it looked like a massive duvet cover. Like, she looked like a bed.
A bed?
Like, it was like so
I haven't
poofy.
seen. Oh my gosh.
You have to see it. And she took a photo. Is she dating someone? Is she dating A$AP Rocky? Or was she just photographed?
I think she is.
Regardless, she was photographed with A$AP Rocky, who also wore something that I want to wrap myself in during the winter, and it looks like my Nana made it.
It was just kind of like a vibe.
It looked like one of those quilts that like you make patches of random shit. You get you know?
I feel like
very strange.
A ton of people like went for the scary vibe. Katy Perry also wore like a creepy red veil that I wasn't really loving. But then there's people like Kendall Jenner who just like looked amazing, like crystals,
per usual,
perfect.
So
she always has to look good. She almost looked a little too good. I was like, all right, Kendall, whatever. Like,
did you see Ciara's?
No.
She wore a lime green football inspired dress with like a literal like a clutch that was like a football, like it was in the shape of a football, looked like a football, and it was honestly tacky in my opinion. But she said also she's married. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Don't know who it is, but she said it was inspired by her husband's Seahawks jersey.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson.
Oh,
I don't know who that is, but I guess.
Oh, Russell.
Seahawks quarterback.
Classic.
Oh. I don't know. So she was wearing lime green, trying to look like the Seahawks. She nailed it. She
trying to look like a Seahawk.
Yeah, she's probably going to be on the field at the next Seahawks game wearing that.
I was just thinking though, like, I can't stop thinking about Kendall. Like, she's like that girl that like everyone's like, oh my God, like we're gonna dress like super like stupid tonight, and everyone's gonna like look dumb, and she still shows up like looking like pretty and like put together. Like that person, and it's like, ew. Like we're trying to look like funny, and she always looks. Who else looked really good was I thought Justin Bieber and Hailey looked really good. They look like very simple. And,
I liked
classic.
Hailey. I didn't like Justin. He was wearing flare pants. I feel like no. Emma Chamberlain, do you know who that is?
Yes.
Okay. She looked, I think, absolutely stunning. She was wearing all gold Louis Vuitton, like nailed it. She looked very, very skinny. I'm a little bit concerned. But that's just me hyper fixating on everything.
Oh, I don't really know what she typically looks like. I
do. I like to watch her YouTube videos, but she looked amazing. All gold Louis Vuitton. Who else looked good?
Addison Rae. I thought she looked fine.
No, I didn't like it.
I don't know. Honestly, though, like, I'm just kind of annoyed. Like, why does Addison Rae get to go to the freaking Met Gala?
Because she's literally the number one, like, influencer pop star.
I get it.
TikTok.
But I'm like, the fact that this was Megan Fox's first Met Gala and, like, Addison Rae's, too.
That's a very
good
point.
Whatever.
Well, maybe
fine.
maybe it's Megan's first one because she just got unblacklisted.
Didn't you just say something to me earlier about Revolve?
Yeah. Oh, so we're gonna switch gears to New York Fashion Week. So I literally, my dream was to be a Revolve ambassador.
That was your dream? You've never told me that.
No, but like,
and we have a little notebook written down with like all of our dreams, and you never wrote that.
Well, now I'm gonna cross it off because I think I want to cancel Revolve.
Oh, you want to cancel Revolve?
That's a very bold statement.
If you're listening to this, please don't mess up the dresses that I have coming in from the mail. Please don't pee on them.
What are you buying dresses for?
Just like some stuff that I have coming up, just like some events.
Oh yeah, okay, I did know that.
No, I have some weddings.
I did know that. Anyways, no, honestly, I'm gonna cancel your order for you. Just kidding. I love Revolve. If you wanted me to be ambassador, I still would.
Wait, so what's the issue?
Okay, so there's a couple. First one is I just found out that Coachella.
Do I ever, bitch?
Okay, so they have like a Revolve party.
Yes.
And that was why I wanted to be in, but I just wanted to go to
the
that
Revolve party
at Coachella.
Yes.
But they have a bunch of like fun parties and trips.
Revolve around the world.
Is that their motto?
No, you know what influencers always like, they do hashtag Revolve around the world.
I just found out that those influencers that get invited, like, yes, it's an honor and a privilege to even be invited, but they don't pay for you to go. Like, you have to buy your own flight. I don't know if they put them in a free place to stay, but like you are on your own.
So like if you're going on like a sponsored event, like if Revolve is like, oh, we're doing this like shootout in like Paris and like we want you to come, like they don't help you out financially at all?
I guess not. I mean, this is just what one TikToker said.
And they have the audacity to charge you like $500 for like a sundress. Mm-hmm. These people are just making bank.
Yep. And so I also want to cancel Revolve because I feel like they were a little bit lazy for New York Fashion Week. Obviously, there was a massive influencer presence at New York Fashion Week. And so basically, I guess, again, my media sources are always TikTok. Take it with a grain of salt.
So we might be getting most of our news from 16-year-olds. Anyways.
So basically, this one girl said that like Revolve gave all the influencers like a budget of like, I don't know, probably $2,000. I was going to say $1,000, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 because you can buy like one sweater with $1,000 there. Basically gave the influencers a budget of $2,000 to buy whatever clothes from the website that they wanted to then wear at New York Fashion Week. And basically everyone was complaining that everyone looked the same and looked basic.
Because they wore the same outfits. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Because I feel like that's kind of lazy. Like instead of giving them a budget and letting them buy it themselves, why don't you take it on yourself and like send pieces that you think would look good on that person and make sure that people aren't wearing all the same dresses, all the same shoes.
Yeah, especially like the higher profile like models and shit.
Well, all the higher profile ones probably do get styled.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's more so the lower end of the influencers.
Okay, I was gonna say, what is still, like? I was like, are the Hadid's getting sent like a $2,000 check?
The Hadid's aren't wearing Revolve, I don't think.
No,
but yeah, I don't know. I just think they could do better.
Revolve, do better. Freaking Revolve. All right, guys, that's it for Drunk Deets. We had a lot to say. Yeah.
I have more to say, but
what else do you have to say?
It's just another TikTok thing that I learned recently. Okay. We're gonna dive into something else, something that I needed. I literally saw this and I was like, oh my god, I need to tell the baddies. Mm-hmm. So I was on TikTok scrolling like I usually do, because that's my form of entertainment.
She does this not because she wants to, but for research.
Yeah.
And she will stay up till 6 a.m. if she has to for research.
Yeah, it's not because I'm insomniac. So I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across this girl. Her username is @livfletch, LIVVFLETCH.
All right, SPECT.
She posted about this website. Basically, so she caught her boyfriend cheating on her from this website. So if you have an inkling that you're being cheated on and you think your boyfriend is using Tinder, basically listen up. It used to be called Swipe Busters. It's now called Cheater Busters. You put in...
It sounds like Dave and Buster's.
Sounds like Ghostbusters. You put in their name, their age, their location, and it searches through Tinder's database. So basically, it's not free. It costs a couple dollars, she said. I personally did not put this to the test because I trust Mystery Man, and I feel like I would use it for like the wrong reasons, and I don't know. I would start like
wrong reasons.
Yeah, I would start like trying to like stir the pot with other people's relationships. I was like, let me see.
Yes. Now I need it. Now I need it. Yeah. I'm gonna look up every single person that is dating someone that I know.
Yeah, that's what I mean by I don't want to stir the pot. So I'm just not even gonna go on this website. No, bad. Stop it.
I'm like thinking of all these people, like all these couples that I know that I'm like,
I wonder if they're being
like, what's he up to?
Yeah.
So, also, I love how I'm like assuming it's a guy. Like, what's she up to?
Yeah. What is everyone up to?
I just can't see a girl creating a Tinder profile while she's in a relationship.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like girls aren't that stupid.
No, they're not.
Guys
Men are stupid. Yeah, and it tells you the last time that they were active.
Oh, baby. 'Cause I was actually gonna say to you, I remember I made like a Tinder in college.
I mean, we just made a Tinder for research.
True, but I didn't know how to delete it. And I feel like it's probably swimming around out there. But you can see when the person was last active. So he can't be like, oh, I made it like years ago before we met. Like, It's like, no, Alexander, you were on it last night at 1 a.m.
Yep.
After I went to bed.
Red-handed.
Oh, wait, how is that even possible?
I don't know. But if they use a different name, it'll throw everything off.
I was just going to say... What if you have like you go by your middle name on Tinder, or like what if you put in like a different age?
So what you can do is these people have thought of that. So if they use a different name, like let's say you put in Peter Cottontail is 26.
No, please don't do Peter Cottontail.
Well, it's the first name that came to mind. Sorry, Peter. But let's just assume his last name is Cottontail. Peter Cottontail.
That. I think that's a good name.
Is funny enough, that is my last name.
He's 26 from Boston. So let's say he put in, what's another P name?
Penelope.
Okay, well, a guy name.
Oh, Pedro.
Okay, Pedro Cottontail from 26.
Pedro Cottontail.
26 from Boston. So even if they use a different name, it'll still bring up profiles with those things, and you can just
that have like similar logistics.
You can look through all the accounts in the location that you're looking at.
Wait. Okay, that actually makes so much sense. So I guess if you are trying to like pull a fast one on your significant other, then you could just put in like completely wrong information and just catfish people and cheat.
Stop it. We were supposed to give tips on how to catch a cheater, not how to cheat.
No, I'm literally kidding, because that's like it's like a double whammy. Like you're catfishing and like you're doing all of it. You're just like a shit person.
No. So again, the website used to be called Swipe Busters.
Is it an app?
It's now called Cheater Busters. I don't know. I don't think so. Again, it's @livfletch if you want to check out her TikTok. But yeah, so I thought this was an interesting thing. Obviously, it worked for her. We don't know for sure if it'll work for you. Let us know if it does. I would love to hear a success story of you cheating or you catching your cheating.
I'd love to hear a success story of you cheating. Wait, the more I think about it, you have to be really stupid to make a Tinder if you're in a relationship. Because when we made the whatchamacallit, like fake dating profiles, Michael got like 3 texts from his friends being like, did you and Shannen break up? And he was like, oh no, like it's whatever.
It's research.
But like, I feel like wouldn't like someone come to your girlfline and like, that's just so
But guys don't think
you must
about
just
that.
not give a fuck if you're doing that.
Yeah.
You're just kind of putting it all out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's sad for that girl.
I know.
But yeah, actually this tip kind of just made us realize that we haven't talked about cheating. And I feel like it's because like, it's like
touchy subject.
It's a touchy subject, and I feel like it makes so many people very emotional. And I know we like asked people about it last night on our story, and we had so many people write in like literally floods. We can't even we haven't even read all of the stuff yet because it's been literally a lot of stuff coming in. But I think that it's like one of those subjects that's like really hard to talk about. I think that most of us like at this point in life have been cheated on, probably. Some of us haven't. I think a lot of people have probably cheated and some of us haven't, and like that's fine, but I feel like it's just like so prevalent like in this age group.
Yeah, I think especially in college and high school where it's like a little bit more amateur, I feel like if you're cheating post grad, that's kind of a red flag that you need to take a step back and reflect. But this is a no judgment zone. I was actually really impressed to see people actually admitting on the polls that they have cheated on someone, because that's not easy to admit. So thank you to everyone that, took part in our polls.
Yeah. I think before we like broke down like the polls and got to some of the stories we have, we just wanted to add like there's like no one like universal reason. I think a lot of people like were reaching out to us being like, this happened, like what do I do? Or like this happened, like what does this mean? I think there's not one like universal reason why people cheat and like who people get cheated on. I think there's like really no rhyme or reason to it. I actually took a high school or a college psych class where they like one of the segments was cheating that we like talked about for a really long time that semester. And basically like my professor like broke this down and was like, there's like a lot of reasons why people do it, but there's like a few main ones. Like usually it's there's like something about the person, like they're just like a cheater. That's just like who they are. Like it could be like in their family or whatever. That's just part of who they are. It could be because they are unhappy in their relationship trying to get out, or it could be because they have like an issue or like maybe they feel like self-conscious or they don't feel fulfilled or something along those lines. And then there's like obviously a bunch of like additional reasons. But I guess like the biggest like and most important thing is that usually it has way more to do with like how the person feels about themselves than it does then it has to do with how they feel about you. So if you are listening to this, like I know a lot of people like wrote in like being kind of like upset with what's going on in their relationship. Just know that like 99.9% of the time, if you've been through this, it doesn't mean that your partner doesn't love you. It doesn't mean that like you've done anything like wrong or there's anything wrong with you. It's literally like almost 100% of the time something they're dealing with and like an issue they have with themselves that's like manifesting that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also feel like there's some psychos out there that cheat for fun, which you can tell by the stories.
Yeah. So if you guys did not get a chance to see our polls, we asked a series of questions, which we're going to dive into because I think it's worth having a discussion about them. And, again, like Shannen said, it's not an easy topic, but I think it's an important one because I feel like a lot of people, it's kind of almost taboo. I feel like a lot of people don't like to talk about problems in their relationship. And if they do, it's very selective on what they share and to who. So the fact that so many people opened up to us about their stories, which we'll get to later, was really amazing to see. Obviously, it's not amazing that a lot of people are getting cheated on, but
it was so great seeing all the responses I'm getting.
It was nice to see that people were vulnerable and sharing their story. So thank you. But let's start off with question 1, which was, what is worse, physical cheating or emotional cheating? And so 71% said emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so this was really interesting, and I have like a weird theory. A lot of our audience is girls who listen, and I wonder if they think that emotional cheating is worse because and this isn't to gender stereotype or anything, but I do think that oftentimes, at least my experiences in my life have been that like I think girls usually cheat more emotionally than men do. Yeah. So I think a girl's like, oh yeah, like if someone's emotionally cheating, like they're probably like over it. Whereas I feel like a lot of guys would say that physical is worse because like it's like a respecting, like don't touch my girl. You know what I mean?
No, I think I agree. I think for the most part, I don't know, because I think like for me personally, I would have a harder time forgiving my boyfriend if he, one, had an affair, or two, was like, even if he didn't do anything physically but was like about to, maybe like was texting a girl a lot and like had like an emotional connection to someone else, that would honestly hurt more.
I always used to say that. I was like, I'd rather like the person I was dating like drunkenly like make out with someone at the bar. I mean, I would still be freaking pissed and I'd probably like burn his house down, but like I'd rather that than like fall in love with like another girl, because then it's like, oh, the relationship's over. You know what I mean? Like that's right. That's how I would like kind of see it.
Yeah, because I feel like when someone cheats emotionally, it makes you even second guess yourself even more.
It like makes you second guess like their like feelings for you and like who you are as a person versus just like physical shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. We asked, have you ever been cheated on? 63% of people said yes. 37% said no.
I was kind of shocked that it wasn't higher.
For what?
For yes. I thought more people would have been cheated on.
Yeah, maybe that they know of. I'm kidding.
That's true. That's a very good point.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, that's never happened to me, but like
are in denial maybe.
Who knows? But I think that like makes sense. Like even like you said you haven't and I have. So yeah, it's like 50-50. And then we asked, have you ever cheated on someone? 31% said yes and 69% said no, which I thought was interesting because it's like those numbers don't really add up. Like if 63% of people said that they have been cheated on, but then like only 31% are admitting that they have cheated on someone.
Well, do you think
our listeners are just really good people and like they're not the cheaters, they're just the cheaties?
I'll ask you this. Do you think you are more likely to cheat on someone after you've already been cheated on before?
100. Wait, like by that same, like no, on that same person?
No, in a new relationship.
Oh, if you've been cheated on?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know either. I don't know the answer.
Well, it's not like the next person's fault. I think I'd be more likely to cheat on the person if they cheated on me.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I stayed with them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But maybe like, so like in my head, I feel like let's say you've been cheated on and you know how horrible of a feeling that is, and then that relationship ends for whatever reason, you start a new relationship, and let's say that like it's not working out in your new relationship and like you almost want to hurt that person, so you cheat on them because you want to make them feel how you felt in your past relationship.
Maybe.
It's very evil, but like that's just what goes through my head.
Maybe. I don't know. That's true. I also feel like there's just some people that just don't do that shit, and there's some people that are. I don't know why. Like I feel like there's just some people that would never do that. It's just like not who they are.
I agree.
Okay, then we asked more likely to cheat. 88% said men and 12% said women. And again, I don't know if this is because like a lot of our listeners are females or if this is actually accurate, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Peter, what do you think?
Do you think 88% men?
I mean, I feel like in media, it seems like it's mostly men.
But in real life, what do you think?
I don't know.
But then again,
I'm not really basing it off of much.
But then
I haven't, and none of my friends have.
Well, there you go. Just okay. So if you want to find a nice boy, Peter and his friends,
hang out with Peter and his friends.
His last name is not Cottontail.
My rabbit friends.
He has a bunch of bunny rabbits.
They just hop around Boston.
Little bunny
hippity hop. Peter's just gonna delete this episode when we're done.
In my head mentally, I'm putting like Peter's head on top of like a little bunny rabbit, and it's really cute. Okay, I don't know. I think that like part of this is like the lines. I feel like girls like flirt the line of get it, flirt the line. I feel like I know a lot of friends who have been like, okay, like I was texting this guy, or like towards the end of our relationship, I did have like a guy, like girls always say this, like, oh, I had a guy like on the back burner, like a just in case guy, like maybe we didn't like ever go on a date, nothing ever happened, but like we did kind of stay in touch and we were friendly, like they probably wouldn't consider that cheating.
But some would.
Some would, but I think when we get like a resounding 88% male, I really don't think that it's only men cheating. But I think a lot of girls are like, well, like I've never actually cheated. But it's like, well, you texted that guy and like kind of, maybe you weren't like flirting, but like you kept up with him knowing like, oh, if my boyfriend and I ever break up, I want to date this guy, which I feel like is kind of the same thing.
Do you think texting another guy, like flirting or sexting or sending nudes, is considered cheating?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. I was just curious. I
think it's all about your intention. You know what it is? It's intentions.
Yes.
I think you can kiss someone on the cheek and it can be friendly. I think you can kiss someone on the cheek and it can be sexual. I think it's literally all about your intentions.
That is so true.
Like if you're texting a guy and you're like, and he's genuinely like one of your good friends and you don't mean anything by it, I really don't think that's anything wrong with that. I think that if there's a part of you that's like, oh, like, I don't know, if things don't work out with me and Jared because he's put on the freshman 15, like maybe you know, Jacob, like, and I could make something happen. Like if that's like in the back of your head, I think that's more like cheating. I don't know.
No, that's a good point.
But what the hell do I know?
Okay. Do you believe once a cheater, always a cheater? The classic line.
Classic.
This was close.
Yeah. 54% said yes and 46% said no. My sister actually replied to this. So funny. She said the 46% of people that said no are probably dating someone that cheated on their past spouse, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh my God. Yeah. You pray to God it doesn't happen to you.
Right. You're like,
but
no,
I'll
he's
say,
changed.
I've always said if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that like their past relationship, like your new boyfriend cheated on their ex with you. But like, I do believe that like,
honestly,
if they'll cheat on you with you, they'll cheat on you.
Yeah. Honestly, so here's my thing. I think it's so tough to generalize because like, what is like, I think there's some people that like, not to get like really deep, but I think if like you, like I said, like had like a drunken like make out and you were like pissed off and like something happened, it was like an event that happened in your life and you made a mistake and it was like a one-time thing. I don't think it's like once, okay, now you're a cheater and like that's it, like that's who you are. I do think though that if it's a pattern, like I know girls who have cheated on every single boy they've ever dated. And it's almost like they can't help it. Like they just do it. Like they're like, I love this guy. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I messed up. I cheated on him. And it just happens. I think some people, like I said, for whatever reason, I almost feel like it's like in their blood. Like that's what they do. I think you have to look for a pattern. Like has this person like routinely acted sketchy? Have they cheated on you before and then you guys maybe made up and then they've been like sketchy since then? Like I just think if someone's doing something more than once, that's probably something they're always going to do, like maybe without like intense therapy or whatever. But I think like if someone makes a one-time mistake and it, like they've never made a mistake since and it was when they were like 18 years old, I think that's a little different.
Yeah.
But again,
very close call.
All right. And then the next one we asked, if you knew that your friend was cheating on their significant other, would you tell the boyfriend or girlfriend? So 44% of people said yes. And then 56% of people said, no, I'm taking it to the grave. What do you think about that?
Oh God. So this one is so tough for me. I think it really, really depends on the friend and the person they're dating.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like if you're friends with the significant other, like just knowing me personally, first of all, I could never cheat because I have a guilty conscience. It would literally eat me up alive, like the anxiety. So it's like if you're,
she's like mystery man. If you're listening to this,
no. But like if I had to see this person all the time, I don't know how I could hang out with them and act normal.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know, but like I think about like there's a ton of significant others that like I'm not close to and I just would take that to the grave.
Yeah.
It's very situational with me.
I think it also depends on the friend. And I think it depends too on like, again, like, is it a pattern? Like I feel like if I had like a girlfriend and like it was my like best friend in the whole world and like we went out and she like made a mistake, like I'm not calling up her boyfriend and telling him. No. But like
if she had
like
a full-on relationship
like
with
if
someone,
my friend, like if you killed someone, like I would help you bury them. Like I wouldn't tell the cops. But it's like if my friend was straight up like having a relationship with someone else and like treating this guy like shit, then I'd be like, you need to break up with him. Like I'd probably go to her first, and then if she wouldn't stop, like I don't know what I would do.
I would pull a JWoww Snooki situation when they write that note to Sammy Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Please tell me you know the Jersey Shore reference.
No.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
You didn't watch Jersey Shore growing up?
No.
Peter, tell me you know.
I don't like to watch people that
you don't? Neither of you watch Jersey Shore?
I don't like stuff like that.
Okay, so Ronnie...
I don't like the trashy partying.
Oh my God, Jersey Shore is amazing. Ronnie was cheating on Sammy Sweetheart every night. He would be at the club.
With a name like Sammy Sweetheart, I can't imagine why.
And so JWoww and Snooki wrote her a note and put it in her bureau in her room. They didn't say who it was from. They didn't sign it. I feel like that's something I would fucking do.
I was actually just gonna say that. That is 100% something I would do. And something actually similar happened to me when I was in high school. I got cheated on by my boyfriend. This is a classic story. This is back in Tumblr days. My boyfriend went to a party. I was pissed he went to the party because I was young and stupid and he was going to college and whatever, and went to this party, didn't invite me. We got into a huge fight. Everything was fine. He was like, nothing happened. I was like, okay. Months go by. We go to prom, everything's great. It was his senior prom. He graduates. And then I'm on my Tumblr one day with my friends, and I get an anonymous message from a girl saying, hey, just letting you know, your boyfriend, oh my gosh, what is this douchebag's name? I'm trying to think of a good name. Hector.
I don't like that.
No.
No.
What's a cheating name?
Brad, Chad.
I know we use
Josh, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. Your boyfriend, Kyle, cheated on you at that party with this girl, named the girl, and was like, I'm so sorry. I just I would want to know if I was dating someone that was a cheater. I feel like you deserve to know, and we're not that close. I didn't want to tell you myself. So anyways, I see this, my stomach drops, obviously. I call my boyfriend, I'm freaking out. I'm did this happen? Is this true? And he was like, no, what are you talking about? He spends the next hour on the phone with me convincing me that I'm crazy, which I didn't realize there was a term for this, but it's called gaslighting. Look it up, ladies, if this ever happens to you. He was like, no, this never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. You're literally crazy. I would never do that. And then he proceeds to tell me about how other people made this up because they're jealous of our relationship and they wish they were in a relationship like us. It was so full of love and people want to take that away from us. Little did I know, no one actually gives a fuck about you or your relationship. The older you get, you realize no one cares. But I didn't know that when I was 16. So he's like, it didn't happen literally for an hour. I'm like, do you swear? He's like, I swear on your life. He said to me, I swear on your life, which I'm like, thanks. That I did not do that. He's like, I did not sleep in this girl's bed. And then I was like, okay. So I write back to this person on Tumblr. I'm like, how dare you make up these lies? I literally go after the girl like a dumb bitch. And I'm like, how dare you make up these lies about me and my boyfriend? What's wrong with you? All this shit. And she writes back to me and she's like, okay. You deserve everything that's coming to you. Meanwhile, while all this shit's happening, my friends are calling everyone who was at that party, everyone they know. And they come back to me and they're like, Shannen, we figured it out. And this girl called me, who was there, and she was like, yes, he did. I was there. It happened. So I called him back. I was like, I know. And he was like, fuck.
He gave it up that quick?
He still denied that anything happened. He's like, we slept in the same bed together, but nothing happened. And to this day, he still will deny that. And that just goes to show that men, when Shaggy wrote it wasn't me, men literally run with that shit.
Okay,
anyways.
So those are all the poll questions that we asked you guys. Let's dive into some stories, because I know that's the real reason why you guys are all here.
Oh, yeah.
They were freaking insane. We're going to keep them all anonymous, but I want to start off with one. It's a little long, but it's insane, so bear with me, okay? So, my boyfriend and I were living together with 2 other male roommates. We'd been dating for 3 years and decided to get a puppy together. When his birthday weekend came, I agreed to stay home Friday night with our 9-week-old puppy while he goes out with his friends. We were going to celebrate the next day. I fell asleep around 1 a.m. and when I wake up the next morning, he was very awake and ready to go. Not normal for a hungover Saturday morning. Then he tells me he surprised me with Beyonce on the Run tour tickets and that we were driving to Chicago for it that night. We lived in Milwaukee at the time. A little sus, but hell, it's Beyonce. On the way there, he tells me that he thinks it's time to get a place on our own and that we can live in whatever apartment I want. Super excited, we started looking that weekend while we were away, and I found my dream apartment. On Monday, we toured it and signed, moved in the next day. Tuesday rolls around and my roommate comes home from work early and knocks on my door. He asks if I really want to move in with this guy, to which I said yes. He walks away and comes back in a few minutes later and word vomits a few reasons why I shouldn't. Your first mistake was letting him go out Friday night alone.
Yeah.
No, it's his birthday night. You should be with him. Okay, reason number 1. They caught him on video cheating on me downstairs the Friday night of his birthday weekend. I was upstairs sleeping with our puppy.
Oh.
How sad.
Yeah. That
Number
sucks.
2, same night, he drunkenly admitted to these guys who were their roommates that he had another girlfriend in Ohio where his office had a second location.
Oh. What a cliche.
That's why a lot of girls hate when their boyfriend goes on work trips because they are up to sketchy shit. Number 3, whenever he told me he was going to the casino, it was a code that he was going to the strip club and getting a blowjob from his favorite dancer in the back.
Oh my God.
So obviously we broke up that day. He moved out and I kept a dog.
So sorry, go on.
I started seeing another guy about a month later, and when I left his apartment at 6 a.m., my ex was parked outside his apartment. Apparently, he had been stalking me via Snap Map. And then she goes, so basically they told him, so the roommates told him that they were going to tell me about how shitty of a boyfriend he was. And before they could, he whisked me away and blinded me with Beyonce tickets and tried to move me out of the apartment before I figured it out.
He literally was like, he was trying to get her to evacuate the apartment so she wouldn't find out from his roommates that he was cheating on her.
How?
He definitely woke up in the morning like with like the worst like hangover regret. Like, you know, when you're hungover and you're anxious, but he's waking up hangover, like being like, oh shit, I was caught on camera making out with Sally in the hallway, and I admitted to our roommates that I was cheating on this girl. So he's like, I gotta get her out. Oh my God,
not good.
That's insane. Also, this guy is doing so much. It's like, why are you dating this girl?
Right.
Like, clearly you don't want to be with her. That is literally disgusting.
Maybe he felt stuck because they were living together, but like that's not an excuse. Like there are ways to get out of a lease or
people
sublease,
are like literally
something.
sick and twisted.
I know.
I cannot believe that.
I feel so sorry for her.
That's crazy. I'm sorry.
I know.
Wow. So moral of the story, don't let your boyfriend go out without you. Don't let your boyfriend travel for work, and don't let your boyfriend go to the casino.
Yes,
I feel like those are just like if he's going to the casino, he's cheating. If he's going on a work trip, he's cheating. And if he's going out without you, he's definitely cheating on you.
100%. You nailed it.
That's why guys are like, what the hell? My girlfriend won't let me go out and have a boys' night. I'm like, oh, you want a boys' night?
Yeah. What are you going to do in your boys' night?
What are you going to do in your boys' night? Literally, if you're on a boys' night, FaceTime me every 5 minutes. I'm kidding. Oh I feel like I hate when girls do that.
I know. Okay. What else do you have?
I feel like there's a lot of girls writing in and saying, my boyfriend of 3 years had a girlfriend the entire time we dated. My boyfriend of 6 years had another girlfriend the entire time we dated. I heard a lot of stories like this. Pretty freaking insane. Because one of my good friends, this actually happened to her. I was texting with her last night about this, and I was like, can I talk about this on the pod? And she said, yes, please. People need to know what happens. So this girl, she's probably like one of the like smartest, like best people that I've ever met. Like she's literally like a genius and has an awesome job, really like great group of friends, all that stuff. So she starts dating this guy, and they dated probably for a total of like 2 to 3 years. They're in like their mid to late 20s. So they're dating. He's like super charming. Everyone loves him. He has like a really nice job. He works in a career that's just like really, really sweet, like does really good work, all this stuff. And for the first like year of the relationship, everything's great. Eventually they move in together and shit starts getting a little bit weird with him. He gets like a lot of anxiety about like them living together, whatever. She is works in like the healthcare field. So she would work overnights and like be gone sometimes. Ooh. So one day she gets a call from her neighbor and is basically like, what's going on in like your like basement? Like there's something up with your basement. It's like boarded up. She's like, what the hell?
What? Is he a murderer?
No, I wish. So she goes down to the basement and literally like drops all her stuff. She's like gasping. The whole place is chock full of stuff. Like he was like a hoarder. Like literally was hoarding like newspaper clippings.
Girls? Oh.
No, like newspaper clippings were like literally like tons of them. He was collecting like old hats, like those like bins.
Sad.
No, it was scary.
Hoarding is like a mental disorder.
Yes, I know that, but it was terrifying.
Yeah.
The whole place was so they have a huge basement. The entire thing was completely chock full of stuff. And so she just was like, what the hell? And also it was like, how did he have the time to do all of this? So he was away on like a bachelor party. And And she's like freaking out. She's like, what's going on? Like, how did all this happen? Like, how did I not know? I was living with this person for like 6 months. This whole place is like chock full of stuff. She calls up his parents, like, and is like, I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe we should like talk to him. And she was like planning on having an intervention with him that weekend anyways, because of other stuff that we'll get into. Ooh. But he comes back. Turns out he had got fired from his job 6 months ago. Didn't tell her. So he had all this time to hoard because he wasn't.
How is he paying rent?
He wasn't. So she bought this house and he was supposed to pay her mortgage. That's like what most people do when they're like splitting, like one person buys it. He had not paid any of the mortgages and like basically was like living off of her. Like he was like, so the bachelor party he went to, he couldn't afford, so she paid for it for him. He took her out on her birthday dinner once and said he forgot his wallet and she had to pay for her own birthday dinner when the two of them went out. One time he had to go to Target because he was buying like gifts for a friend, and she was like, can you just buy me a Hershey's bar? Because she gave him her credit card. He came back and didn't buy her a Hershey's bar. He was just like sick and twisted. She found out later that every single wedding they had been to the year before, she was giving her friends like birthday, like, or wedding cards and putting like $100 or like whatever, $200 in it. He was stealing the money out. Yes, he was a psychopath. So she breaks up with him. She's like, this is too much, whatever. And she's like, obviously this guy like has some like deep-rooted issues and all that stuff. So they break up, but she still was kind of like, I'm not gonna like completely like, you know, be like, I don't know, like he would still reach out, and she was still like cordial to him.
Probably felt sorry for him.
Because she was like, he obviously has like some mental health issues, like that's fine. Like he obviously hoarding happens like from anxiety. So she wasn't like necessarily like mean to him. A few months later, she comes across like his little sister's like Instagram profile, and like his little sister never really liked her, and neither did his mom. They never quite got along. And she like posted like a picture with him and like a bunch of other people, and she noticed this one girl on it that she always had a weird feeling about, because he used to like work with this girl or something, and she clicks on this girl's profile and starts scrolling back. He had been dating another girl for literally like the full relationship that they had for like 2 years or whatever, had been fully dating another girl, like taking her to Red Sox games, taking her away for weekends, like in like the summer, like doing.
So he had money at a point?
No, like he was dating another girl that was like, I think like a dentist or had like a good job, so she probably paid for shit too. But
she's a mooch.
Well, so what she found out was that this guy, the reason he was hoarding was because he was so anxious because he had a double life. So she would go work like night shifts because she was working as like a nurse, and he'd go like stay at his other girlfriend's place, and like she'd like do like a shift over the weekend or like go away for a weekend with her friends, and he'd be with his other girlfriend. He was fully dating this other girl for literally over 2 years. And his hoarding was like, he had so much anxiety because he was living a double life, so he was hoarding as like a product of the anxiety. And it like messed with this girl so bad because she was like, it's crazy because you see these weird little signs in someone and you don't know what it is. And I feel like it's just terrifying. Like she's in a really good spot now, and she just got engaged to someone else, and she's very happy, so I'm happy for her. But just be careful if you notice like weird ass signs with someone. Like there's probably a reason for it. Like also just think about this, Abby. He didn't have a job for 6 months and they lived together. So imagine coming home and being, hey, like how was your day at work? And like having to like make that shit up, like lie about it.
Wow. I'm at a lot. I mean, wow. That's weird. That's more honestly like the cheating is just the cherry on top. Like
it's just the whole thing.
Wow.
People do that shit.
Okay.
All right, next one.
So I feel like we should have ended with that because this is going to make everyone else just look normal compared to that. But, okay, someone wrote in, I was married and my husband cheated regularly throughout the marriage and I had no clue. We got divorced for other reasons. He's a terrible person. And his girlfriend called me to let me know he had been cheating on me. So this guy had a girlfriend while married. She told me about all the girls before her. Then my soon-to-be ex-husband told me and all my friends that he had started going to church, healing, and turning a new leaf. But then another girl came forward to me on Instagram saying he was showing up at her house with love letters every other day. So basically, he's a pathological liar and a cheater. The silver lining is that the girls are, including myself, we're all friends now, and we talk about how much of a shitty person he is. Also, he's a New York City finance guy, but you probably didn't need me to say that.
I feel like that's a classic New York City finance guy. I could have told you that.
And then she said, recently, I also asked him to sign a financial disclosing agreement in the divorce stating that he's not hiding money from me and he won't sign it.
Oh my gosh. That's so disturbing.
I messaged this girl back and I was like, honestly, like, I'm so sorry. What is wrong with people? Blah, blah, blah. But I was like, I love that you didn't go after the girls and instead befriended them. Because I feel like so many times when girls get cheated on,
they like go after the girl.
Right.
And you should always go after the guy.
Always.
Always.
Because, like, I mean, unless I feel like it's very rare that the girls know.
Or even if they do know, it's like they don't really, like, they don't, like, it's not even like their life. Like, he's the one that's doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. That is literally actually insane. There's also a lot of stories about like, okay, so like my boyfriend made out with another girl at the bar right in front of me, and then told her to let him do his thing and hang tonight. There's another girl that said that she was sleeping in bed with her boyfriend, that he cheated on her with FaceTime with someone else while she was sleeping next to him. And
his ex, he was FaceTiming his ex.
To these things I say, like, what is wrong with people?
I would love to know.
To like literally imagine like me walking up and just like kissing another dude. Like, I don't know, like what possesses you to do these things? I don't understand. And like the in bed one, that's like just terrifying and like serial killer status.
I agree. I have another one that's long, but Snapchat best friends need to come back for this very reason. So she said, I was dating this guy that was a sophomore in college while I was a freshman, and it was his first relationship. Snapchat showed me that his best friend was someone named whatever. I'm not going to say the name. Back when Snapchat had your best friends list for everyone to see. So he started acting kind of sketchy, and I called him out on it, and he basically denied it, but I still had a weird feeling. Always trust your gut. That's what I'm going to say right now. I still had a weird feeling, but didn't have any proof or really anything to really go off of. I assumed it was just me having trust issues after being screwed over before. I couldn't tell if this person's name was a guy or a girl. One day on our anniversary, we had plans to hang out, and he bailed and said that he got really drunk the night before and was sick and didn't feel good. I was disappointed but understood, because obviously we've all been there, LOL. But a few hours later, he texted me and was at his friend's house. So obviously I got really upset and we got into a huge fight. The next day we broke up. After breaking up, he continued to call me every day to check in and see how I was doing, which I thought was weird, but I don't know, maybe he thought he was just being nice. So we ended up staying friends, and a couple weeks later on Halloween, he and his friend came to visit me, and we ended up hooking up that night. Fast forward a couple weeks, and we had a pregnancy scare. He told his friends and his friend, and then one of his friends added me on Snapchat and said, there's something you should know given the circumstances, to which he proceeded to tell me that he cheated on me our entire relationship, and immediately after we broke up, he started dating the girl he cheated on me with. And so he ended up cheating on her with me the night they came to visit me on Halloween.
Oh my God.
And that's why I say, if they cheat on you, if they cheat with you, they'll cheat on you.
Yeah.
Because that literally just happened.
Always happens.
To that girl.
That's so classic. Oh my God. What was the proposal one?
What proposal one? Oh, someone got caught cheating, like, and the girl confronted him, and so he got down on one knee, like right then and there, and like proposed to her, and said that he faked the whole cheating thing to make the real proposal more emotional.
Meanwhile, there's like a girl in bed, like sitting.
I don't think she walked in on him, but she like found out and confronted him about it. And
he was like, "Oh, I plotted this. Like I leaked this rumor so that I could look you right in the eye and be like, no, babe, I didn't actually cheat on you. Surprise, you've been punked, but do you want to marry me?"
Surprise, motherfucker.
Wait, that's like a very disturbed individual.
I know.
Imagine having like the guts to do that, to be like, no, but will you marry me?
I know.
Oh.
Another girl said, my boyfriend got his tonsils out and then cheated on me and blamed it on the pain meds, and it was his girl best friend. And that's why you're not allowed to have girl best friends when you're in a relationship.
Or to get your tonsils out.
Yeah, you're not allowed to get your tonsils out. You're not allowed to go on pain meds.
Okay, everyone has... I would just like to say that one girl that your boyfriend's friends with that you don't like. Mm-hmm. And if you have a girl like that and you're not willing to like end, like there's always a reason, because I've had like Michael's had girls who are friends that I haven't had an issue with. Like there's no issue. But there's some that I do have an issue with, and there's always a freaking reason for it. So if your girlfriend feels that way, like, and you actually care about her, you probably should.
You need to
detach.
distance yourself.
Because even if you're not into her, she's probably into you.
Yeah.
No, I freaking hate that. Mm-hmm. That's a classic. It's always like the one that you suspect. This one girl wrote in and said, my boyfriend cheated on me with my cousin's girlfriend and then denied it even though there were texts/Uber receipts and an eyewitness. It's like,
how
she's like,
are you going to deny that?
She's like, I have my private investigator that can show like hotel receipts, Uber receipts. Like there's photos of you at the scene of the crime. And he's still like, no,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. She's like, I have an Uber of you leaving at 2 a.m. and coming home at 4:45, like from this bitch's address that I found on Google Maps. And he's like, nope. I was just swinging. I was taking a drive.
No. I can't. Okay, so this girl, imagine this. It's Valentine's Day. Okay. You're doing long distance with your boyfriend. No. You're in college. You go to different colleges.
What? Honestly, I'm sorry, but like you shouldn't do that. If you're in college, break up with him and just enjoy your college experience. That's stupid. Sorry, go on.
Completely agree. But I'm setting the scene.
Okay.
You're in college. You and your boyfriend go to 2 different colleges. You're doing long distance. You've been dating for 4 years, okay? It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You go to your boyfriend's college to surprise
him. To surprise little James.
And what is he doing?
What is little James doing?
He's fucking Sally and you walk in on it.
That's like,
imagine.
Wait, on Valentine's Day? Wait, I have more questions. They're dating for 4 years and they didn't have plans on Valentine's Day?
That's your first red flag.
Yeah. If you're dating a guy for 4 years and he doesn't put an effort in to see you on Valentine's Day, like he's probably cheating on you.
He's probably a scumbag.
He's probably doing something sketchy. Also, if you're dating someone and you're long distance in college, he's probably cheating on you.
You did not waste your time.
I'm just saying that's a waste of time, but I'm also really sorry that happened.
I know.
Wow. I don't know. I feel like I would, you know what I would do? Mm-hmm. I recently did acquire a taser, and I don't know if that's illegal to have, but if it is, then I'm just kidding. It's alleged.
Everything's alleged here.
I allegedly recently acquired a taser. I feel like I'd tase him in front of the girl. And I feel like I'd tase him for like, you could die at like 4 seconds. I think I'd do it for like 3, like wait for his like maybe brain to get a little fried.
Wait, you can die
after being tased for 4 seconds? I think it's like it's enough voltages. It's like an electric chair type scenario. I'm not really sure. I need to do more research on it because I don't know how much power I have when I'm walking.
Can someone in the Ketenci household please take away this taser? Please.
I have been pondering. Anyways, I feel like I'd tase the guy and I'd watch him just like suffer, and then I feel like I'd just walk away, and then I feel like I'd block his number.
Oh my, we have a serial killer amongst us,
and I just feel like I didn't think you were capable. It's like he's not gonna like the girl's sitting there. She's probably like, all right, like I'm out. Like he just got this. This dude just got tased. Like I'm out. You know what I mean?
This bitch is crazy.
It's like he looks like a little bitch right now. Like his ex-girlfriend just tased him. Like I'm probably gonna leave. But okay, I don't know.
Okay, I have one more. I don't know about you, but okay, this girl found out she got cheated on because she saw the guy in the back of a picture at a bar kissing someone.
No.
Caught red-handed.
Oh my God.
Try and deny that, Brad.
Try to deny that one, Brad. You douchebag.
I know.
Wait.
Imagine though, like seeing that, like you're scrolling on Instagram and like in the way back, your boyfriend's kid. My heart would drop. I would throw my phone, delete the app, cry myself to sleep.
That is honestly so this actually goes back to my whole like creepy theory where I'm like, I always think about this, like, when like people are in the background of your photos, like I always think about how many pictures I'm in the background of other people's photos, and I'm like random people have like pictures of me hanging in their house, which is just more of like an unsettling thought, but yeah, that's creepy. Wow, what a just wrong day to be at that bar, I guess, Brad. Brad.
Well, we got a ton of stories, and unfortunately, we don't have all the time in the world to go through them. Maybe we'll save them for a rainy day.
Rainy day.
Basically, the moral of the story is cheat or be cheated on. Just kidding. Just kidding. We do not condone cheating.
We do not. It's horrible. It's awful. Gross. Unless you're in college, then it's fine. I'm kidding.
Shannon, no.
I'm kidding.
No.
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of can be hilarious, but honestly, it's not. And if it happened to you, then I'm sorry.
Shannon is just one of those people that deals with things with humor. It's dark humor.
It's dark humor.
She doesn't mean it.
I don't mean it.
But I think that, there are things that happen in life that you don't have a rhyme or reason to, it makes you a stronger person because, or it makes you have trust issues and then you die alone. Either or.
I also like, last thing to add, like on like a kind of like semi-serious note, like all these stories are obviously freaking insane and crazy. And a lot of the stuff I cannot say I've ever experienced, but thank you guys for sharing. If you are in a situation where like maybe you have been cheated on, or like if you know like a friend who is like found out that their boyfriend cheated on them or vice versa, and you're like, well, they won't get out of the relationship, like they're being so stupid, whatever. I just wanted to say like people deal with things at their own time and like that's okay. And I think sometimes like something is happening, and I think you need to kind of like find the strength to get out of that situation. Like I know when I went through this, like it wasn't for like over a year that like I ended up like just kind of rebuilding my life, and like I had a lot of good things going my way, and I felt like, wow, like I don't need this person anymore. And sometimes you need to like process things at your own pace, and that's fine. And I feel like if you know like someone that's going through that and they're aware of it, like instead of being like, wow, you're an idiot, like you're weak, whatever, like that just means that the person's processing things, and that's okay. And like hopefully the hope is that you can support them and they'll be at a point where they feel good enough about themselves to get out of the situation they're in. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
And you accept the love you think you deserve.
Ooh,
you're a Boston baddie. If you're listening to this, you're a Boston baddie, and you deserve the absolute world. No one deserves to be cheated on.
Ooh.
If you have recently been cheated on, send them our way. We will take care of it. Don't ask questions. Just DM us. And thank you guys so much for listening this week. Next week, we have another guest on. We haven't had one for a while. Mm-hmm. Her name is Kat Wellington. Ooh. If you don't know her real name, her TikTok name is Wash Your Pillowcases. So
yeah, which I don't do that enough. So thank you.
Keep an eye out for that coming next week. We're super excited to have her on.
Oh, and if you have any questions for Kat, just DM us. Mm-hmm. We're also going to put up like a link on our Insta story, like just for questions. But if you have any questions and you're a fan of hers, please let us know and we'll bring it up next week.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you turn on your post notifications.
Subscribe. Please subscribe, guys. It would mean the world to us. And leave us a rating and a review and say whatever you want. It doesn't have to be nice as long as you give us 5 stars. You can literally be like, wow, these bitches are stupid. But if you give 5 stars,
that's all that matters.
Then it's like, it's kind of a compliment.
Yes,
you know?
We'll take it.
Cute.
Join our private Facebook group, link in bio, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
Bye.